Okay, hey guys, I thought I'd do a bit of a commentary over some of my races.
Where's that from?
Um,
Oh, Tina. Oh, maybe turn one.
yeah, let's see. So I'm just gonna kind of commentate over what my thought process and everything was whilst racing. This is the video for my first race ever, so I was very nervous about it. I've never gridded up and I've never done a race start. I was meant to do a practice race start on qualifying 1 and then qualifying 2, but I was so nervous on qualifying 1 that I just completely forgot to do it at the end of the session. I just came in, managed to do one on qualifying 2, did a massive wheelie. um, I didn't really scare myself, but I was like, holy moly, this launches a little differently from my girlfriend's R3 because I'd done a couple launches on my partner's stock R3, but obviously my race bike is a little faster. It's got a, I don't know exactly what's done to it, but I know it's tuned. It's got exhaust and everything. Um, yeah. So at the moment, I just got my family helping me out. Most of my family hasn't seen me on a bike like ever, So it was really cool for them to see, uh, come along and see what it's all about. Um, yeah. So let's maybe. I won't put it too loud just because I don't think you'll be able to hear me. I'll have already uploaded the raw footage. Let me just. I know the footage is sideways. It's because the way that the camera is, but ideally you watch this on a laptop or a phone, so it'll be sideways. I just have it on my monitor. I can turn my monitor sideways, so there's that. Is this going away? Okay, going down pit lane. Race 1. Nervous. I got no idea where I'll be in the pack. I qualified 12th, but 12th wasn't my best lap time. I didn't really get any super clean fast laps. I got a couple of clean laps, but they were more like my warm-up laps, and when I felt like I had a really fast lap, there was someone just like directly in the racing line. I think he was done qualifying, but kind of annoying that he kind of blocked the racing line in the back section, like turn 6 onwards, and there's no good way to keep your pace without going into him. So I just backed off and did my time. So we're doing the warm-up lap now. I'm kind of like, I want to build some heat into the tires, but be respectful. I asked one of the senior staff who was kind of mentoring us, is there any big don'ts during racing, and he gave me the all clear. He was like, no, there are no overtaking rules, just don't intentionally crash into anyone, and if you do crash into anyone, at least try to make it look unintentional. I was like, this guy's crazy. It was awesome. Yeah, first warm-up lap, going kind of chill, just trying to get used to it. I've been here lots of times doing track days and stuff, so very familiar with the track, the layout, the bike, very comfortable on the bike. I've had a lot of people have looked at my bike and they've told me to put like the handlebars underneath. I've had a lot of people ask me to do GP shift as well, and I tried both those things, and when I moved the bars underneath, I was extremely uncomfortable, extremely fatigued as well, and I decided to put it back on top. That's just what works for me, and that's what keeps me comfortable on the bike, so I'm happy I made that decision. And I also tried GP shift. What I found was that when I downshift really aggressively. So if I push up really aggressively, I tend to literally like rip apart my big toe, which I learned I do under stress. Anyway, we are gridding up. This is my first time. I was trying to remember I'm number 12 the whole time. Making sure my foot's on the rear brake. Getting ready for this start. Happens pretty quick. looking at the red light for it to go away. Maybe I'll turn the audio on just a little bit. Yeah, taking off. A little bit of wheelie at the end. I'll let the clutch out a little bit too fast. Head down at the moment. Trying to stay on the inside. Something I learned in sim racing. And yeah, at the moment I'm, the focus is let's catch up to these people. Let's try and overtake. So doing what I can. I know the camera angle's not ideal right now. It's facing down a little bit too much. And that's something I fix by like race 3 or 4. At the moment there's a big pack in front. No one's going super fast race pace because they're all it's kind of chaotic lap 1. I know everyone's going slower than they normally would just because everyone's trying to overtake one another. That's my opportunity to catch up. Here I was thinking, everyone's on the right, I'll just go on the left. So I overtake 2 people here. The 2 people I overtake, unfortunately, they crash on this turn. The guy directly behind me lost the front, it looks like, and then the girl behind him, unfortunately, I think she may have ran over his arm and then broke her collarbone, so that really sucks. Anyway, back to the race. I had no idea. Going as fast as I can. This guy in front of me, I noticed, we had, I think, similar drive out of the turn, but my bike just seems to be faster, both on R3s. It's actually the guy I bought this bike off. Managed to get past him, head down. Yeah, sucks you can't really see too much. That's just where the camera was. Trying to catch up. Let's see who's in front of me. I want to say Kiara Vest is in front of me, which is the white and blue R3. I think there's a relatively big gap in front of me at the moment. My camera slowly falls out of my helmet. That's why right now it's actually pointing down heaps. So yeah, get a good look at my hands, I suppose. See a bit of the throttle hand, brake hand, clutch. Those are the 2 bikes of the people who crashed lap 1. Really unfortunate. I felt a little bit bad for both of them. I know that the girl on the blue bike, lap 1 of race 1, broke her collarbone, couldn't race anymore. Really unfortunate. So I think this first race, there was a really big gap in front of me. I think it was about 4 seconds. I felt like I was really slowly catching up, but it's only a 5-lap race, so I was doing what I can to go as fast as I can. I had no idea how close the person was behind me. Oh, yeah. See, the camera's moving around. It's actually, the camera fell out and now it's on my nose. It's just resting on my nose. Very distracting. But I just told myself, lock in, focus, ignore that there's a camera on your nose, slightly impeding your breathing. Just do what you can. Yep, going as fast as I can. Whilst doing my first race, I noticed my mindset was completely different in that I wasn't thinking so much of grip and stuff. I was just thinking, what line can I take to be as fast as possible, and trying to get on the throttle harder, a little bit earlier, just trying to get all that exit drive to keep that person off my tail and to catch up to the person in front as much as possible. That was my mindset throughout the race. Hit those apexes. I normally am quite uncomfortable on my left. I think most people are the opposite, but I'm very comfortable leaning over to the right. I can get my knee down, and I've almost never can get my knee down on the left. And but this time, I'm not sure if it was race 1, but usually I'm nowhere near my left-hand turn apexes, but by the end of it, I was. Yeah, not the most fantastic footage here in race 1, but mostly looking at the ground, unfortunately. But Yeah, it was a fun time. Every time you hear that little scrape, I don't know if you can hear it. I know I've put the audio down a little bit, but if you watch the raw footage, that scrape is my foot pegs dragging. So I'm thinking next race I might put those foot pegs a little bit lower. This might be the last lap. Let's see if I back off. So previously I've done QR switchback a lot on different R3s. I had a different R3 before this, which was not race ready. I ended up buying this one, which was race ready for the same amount that I bought the first bike for. So yeah, this must be the last lap, I'm assuming. So my best lap time previously, I could consistently do 1:20s, and then one lap on the last session of the last track day, it'd be like a 1:19, and I'm like, oh my gosh, imagine 1:19, like that was so hard, and I pushed so much. And this first session, I think qualifying got 1:18, and then race 1. I think you could see on the lap timer in the middle. I think it was. Oh, let's have a look what it says. It should say when I go past the line. Roughly a 1:16. So what? 3 seconds off my best. 3 whole seconds. It's pretty bonkers. Yeah. So that was race 1 done. Basically, after the lights went off and we started racing, all the nerves and anxiety was just gone. Now I'm feeling all right. I was so happy that lap 1, where I overtook those 2 or 3 people up on the inside, feeling really nice and confident. And yeah. Let's see. Probably not much else, just me going into the pits.
It'd be funny if this actually still had an angle. At first, that was crazy.
Yeah.
The camera is on my nose. Just locking in.
It's just me talking to myself.
Fire like a wire, so I know it won't.
But yeah, that's commentary 1. Unfortunately, the footage isn't amazing, but I believe race 3 and 4 is pretty good because it comes out on race 2 as well, unfortunately. But yeah, thanks for watching.